I call to order the February 16th, 2021 meeting of the City of Columbiana City Council. At this time, I'm going to ask that Deanne Davis give the invocation, and I will give the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Deanne?
Lord, we ask your blessing on our city and on our nation as we battle the pandemic and now we battle severe weather. Give our leaders the wisdom and knowledge they need to guide us through these times. Be with our safety forces and our essential workers as they provide the services that we need. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge. Okay. Sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'd like to ask Deanne to call the roll.
Okay, do all the council members have their mics unmuted? Becker?
Here.
Souter?
Here.
McBain?
Here.
Liston?
Here.
DiTilio?
Here.
Banner?
Here.
Noel?
Here.
Willard?
Here.
Hudson?
Here.
Okay, thank you, Deanne. At this time, I would like to ask those of our members, if you received a packet of the minutes from the February 2nd, 2021 council meeting. Are there any questions or comments regarding those minutes? Hearing none, they'll stand approved as submitted. Dan?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to recommend, since we know there were some communication issues in an earlier meeting, that we set a council rule just for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and make this a motion, Deanne, that we set a council rule just for tonight, that if we have any communication issues, that council can continue with the agenda so long as there is a quorum present and Deanne is available.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. So if we get lost somewhere in space, then the rest of you have a quorum and you can continue on with the meeting. Any other comments on this motion? I'd like to ask Deanne to call the roll.
Becker?
Yes.
Souter?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.
DiTilio?
Yes.
Banner?
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries. Now I'd like to ask if we could have a motion from someone to go into executive session for the purposes of discussion of personnel matters, section 121.22 G1.
So moved. So moved.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor of the motions? We need to have the roll.
Souter?
Yes.
Getting confused.
McBain?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.
DiTilio?
Yes.
Banner?
Yes.
Becker?
Yes. Motion carries. We'll go into executive session. This will not be a terribly long executive session, and we will return to the agenda for further business.
1 second. I'm gonna have to get us in there, in that room.
Well,
Okay.
the breakout thing is not, there she goes.
Lance, I'm good to open it then.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Mute. I think we're back.
Okay, I'm assuming you can all hear us out there now?
Hear you fine.
Okay, thank you. I will entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
move.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Okay, a motion, a second to come out of executive session. Any questions or comments on the motion? Dan, we call the roll?
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Tilio,
Yes.
Banner,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
Okay, we're out of executive session, back into our regular session. I'm going to move to agenda item 6, reading of communications. And we received a letter from the Fairfield Rutan Club, and I'm going to read that letter right now. Greetings. The Fairfield Rutan Club is requesting permission to have our annual classic, custom, and antique car show on Sunday, July 11th, 2021. This event is one of our best promotions to help support the Fairfield Rutan Scholarship Fund, which is provided to students in Columbiana High School and Crestview High School each year. As in the past, we utilize South Main all day of the show, with the understanding the show does not actually begin until noon and ends at 4 p.m. We do not play any music or utilize the sound system until churches dismiss at noon. The street department normally places barricades in the alleys, which we use to control traffic the day of the show. Will those be provided this year? Fairfield Rutan Club will provide temporary restrooms, porta-johns located next to the AAA for the day of the event. We'll be practicing social distancing and following COVID-19 protocol procedures. We have a DJ playing music and making announcements all afternoon. Will you provide a contact with the city that can assist hooking up the system for our DJ? Thank you for your assistance. Sincerely, Rick Urmson, President, the Fairfield Ruritan Club. I believe we will address that issue later in the agenda.
Yep.
Item 7 are reports of commissions and boards. You've received in your packets the Park and Recreation and Cemetery Board meeting minutes of January 25th, 2021, as well as the Planning Commission meeting minutes of February 9th, 2021. Are there any questions or comments on those meeting minutes? Hearing none, we'll move the agenda to recognition of persons desiring to appear. We have Josh Menning of Menning Films to discuss the filming of a Christmas movie in the city of Columbiana. Josh?
Yes, hello. Like you said, my name is Josh Menning, owner of Menning Films. So the past couple of months, I've been talking to an actress and producer. Her name is Karen Abercrombie. She's known for her role in the movie War Room. Anyways, we've been talking about doing a Christmas movie. Originally, she was thinking about North Carolina, a town down there, but the more and more that I was talking with her about the city of Columbiana, I felt like it was the best backdrop for the story. So we have been planning and looking at filming April 12th through the 24th. Hang on one second. There we go. 12th through the 24th. We're basically going to be utilizing some of the local shops. And also we've been starting the process of pre-production. So as far as the scheduling goes and the locations, we're still in the process of figuring that out. But basically April 12th through the 27th will be the filming of the movie. So we would like to do some filming downtown throughout some of the days, and I could provide a schedule whenever we have it a little bit more figured out, a detailed schedule of where we'll be filming, with the times of the days that we'll be filming. And also there will be a request that to see about closing a part of South Main Street, that part by the Circle, to Friend Street, an evening in April for a big event that basically brings the town together in the film. So I'm also going to be speaking with some shop owners. So basically most of the film, the town doesn't celebrate Christmas, but after a couple of turns of events, the town, she was the Scrooge, the town's named after her, McCaddyville. She comes around to wanting to celebrate Christmas. And so the whole town pulls together and starts to decorate to make this big announcement about Christmas and celebrating that and having everybody come together. So you may have noticed the lights turned on last night, and I have been talking with Lance Willard about some of the different things that we're trying to do. And if we were to get all the snow we were supposed to get and not the ice, one of the closing shots is of the town square covered in snow. And that's really the only time that it snows in the whole Christmas movie, because again, most of the time for the past 20 years, the town hasn't celebrated Christmas.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions for Josh or comments?
Have you made the firm decision on Columbiana, or is that still up in the air too, Josh?
That's a firm decision. So we're at the point of fundraising. So we'll be first looking through a couple of different avenues of donations, and then we'll be looking into investors to fully fund the film. But yeah, the decision has been made to film it in Columbiana.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good question, Skip. Any other questions? it's maybe a good time to see if you could put in for being in the performance. I don't know.
Yeah, and a note on that, we definitely want to try to pull the whole town together. And there's some scenes where the parts of the town, the shops and everything are becoming decorated for Christmas again. And really in the one of the last couple scenes in the film, it would be great to have the support of whoever would like to be a part of the film. Of course, we're going to be, practicing different protocols for COVID and socially distancing, and we have ways that we can kind of space people out. Then in post-production, we can kind of fill in the gaps to make it look like everybody's closer together. But yeah, we definitely would love extras and love people in the background, and maybe even a speaking role for somebody as well.
Yeah. Any other comments?
Just that, Josh, I look forward to working with you. We as a city will do anything we can do, I mean, you are talking to council and want to let the other communities know that we haven't lost our mind when we start decorating for Christmas in March and April for some shots. So I'm glad that I did let council know about this on the weekend, because when you called, said, hey, can we get the Christmas lights on? We threw them on last night, and they might be on periodically throughout. So
yeah, we're basically waiting for the next snowfall, which could be this Thursday, and it's really just to nail that last shot for the film. Other than that, we won't need the lights anymore.
Very good. Any other comments? I think it's great, and hope we can help you out any way we can. And sounds like something very exciting.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that,
You're
Josh.
welcome.
Thank you.
Pray for snow, Rick.
What did he say? I didn't hear that comment. Did you?
And he said something about bringing snow.
Pray for snow.
Pray for snow.
Pray for snow. There you go. We'll
We're
pray
all
for
there,
snow.
yeah.
I never thought I'd ever say that.
all right.
At this time, we'll turn to the manager's report and ask Lance to make his presentation.
Sure. So we had a civil service test last week. We had over 21 sign up for police officer, and we had 19 people show up to take that. We should be posting those results this week. The CRA negotiating committee met another meeting. Actually, it was today. We did a kind of a hybrid Zoom meeting, and we're going to be taking that one to the school board also. And it's kind of a sports facility that would be, people would be training and becoming better athletes. And we're pretty excited about that one. That one may take it's going to take an annexation also. So we have 2 annexations that are coming up, but we'll fill you in as it goes. And it's kind of like parallel thing. We're working with the CRA and the annexation.
Good.
The R&L carriers, we're moving on with that project too, and we're working on a small annexation there. Give you an update on the council meetings. You can see that there are several of us at actual council chambers tonight. So I got the bright idea on Friday after talking to Mr. Becker, and here we are. But we do appreciate your patience on this, but it sounds like and looks like it's going to work out. We're going to work out some bugs. We've already picked up some things. I've taken some notes, but we all have portable microphones here. We all have plexiglass. We have a new camera at the back of the room. And as you can see, we have members of the public like Josh Menning just spoke. And we also have a quorum, as we mentioned at the beginning of the meeting. We have a quorum outside of this meeting in case this one goes sideways. So we always like to plan and plan and plan and plan. So that way nothing goes wrong. Let's see, Salem Street Stormwater Project. It's going to be going out to bid very soon. I did look, we already did the legislation to move forward with the bid process. So you'll see that we did that clear back in late 18. The volunteer energy gas fixed rate that I reported to at the last meeting was 0.405. It is now 0.4765 once you got the letter because of a FERC case that is going to impact all gas suppliers. So it did bump up a little bit. But even at the 0.47, it's not at the 1.1 that it was, 8 years ago. So still pretty decent. I did have a meeting with the health department. We did a kind of an update on COVID-19 related issues. Just moving forward, not only vaccinations, but county plans. The planning commission did vote to move forward with that zoning amendment, and that is on the agenda tonight. And that is to set the public hearing. So we're going to officially set that public hearing for sometime in March. I believe it's the 16th, but that'll be in the legislation. Though the location has not been chosen, Rick had talked about us working with the school, the progress committee working with the school on the Mulberry Alley. The entrepreneurial class is doing a great job. We are going to hold that meeting on March 1st. We just don't know the location or the time yet. We believe it's going to be in the afternoon, and I will let council know as soon as we get that locked in. But the entrepreneurial class, they're locked in. The career center's locked in, and we have Senator Worley and Representative Ginter coming and council coming. We just don't know where we're going yet. Street department, they've been out for a long time. We used 110 tons of salt last night, which, I was talking to Jesse today. It's like, for any of those, most of us were in bed at this time, but it was 25 degrees or something, and it was raining like it was springtime. It wasn't frozen rain, it was raining. And that is why you have a half an inch of ice on the top of your snow. Early on in the night, it was, you could hear it pinging off the roof, but it turned to flat rain in the middle of the night. And that's not very good for salt. So we had used 475 tons of salt. We had 500 on hand. That was at the time that this was printed. And now we have 400 tons on hand. But we're still fine. We've got plenty, and we can order more. The water plant, we did redesign some chemical feed lines. We brought those online out there. Wastewater department, just doing general maintenance. Park and cemetery, dealing with snow and ice. We did actually get an email shout out to the park and cemetery for the job they're doing on that new walk. We had some consultants come in on Friday, and they were very impressed. They said we got a snow removal award. So electric department, they're working on the SCADA for North Substation, and we're also working on a grand fiber plan for the city. We have a meeting coming up about that. That's it for my regular report.
Okay.
You have the EMS departmental report for January 2021. And this is the section that we do have a motion, but I'd like to preface that by a few thoughts.
Please.
As you recall, we've had a selection committee made up of the mayor, Mayor Noel, Councilman Becker, Councilman Liston, Attorney Hudson, in order to make a recommendation to the city manager and council for the next chief of police. And it brings me great pleasure to recommend one of our Columbiana's full-time patrol officers. We we believe that he's going to be a great part of the team. And he said he's ready to go. So he's been a police officer for 23 plus years, and he's an internal candidate. And I am recommending that we name Bill Myers Chief of Police tonight.
Thank you.
So it's hard to get through that, Bill. Bill has firsthand knowledge of the department as he started in 1995 as a part-time officer. He more recently became a full-time officer. He has supervisory skills that we're going to be using, and he's worked with all of our departments. He knows the town, knows the storefront owners, and we appreciate that. And I think he has a passion for our town, passion to get out there and hit the streets to continue working with the storefront owners and the community. And I believe that Bill will be a great addition to the team, and we look forward to working with him as our new chief of police. So with that.
That's great. Skip, do you want to make any comments representing the committee?
No, I think we've done enough talking. Let's get Bill in there.
Okay.
Put him to
Sounds
work.
good to me.
Put him to work.
Yeah, sounds good to me. So at this time, I would like to ask if we could have a motion to concur with the city manager to appoint Bill Myers as our new chief of police.
So moved.
There's a motion.
Second.
I just hit the plexiglass. Sorry about that. Dan made that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'd like to ask Deanne to call the roll.
Liston,
Definitely yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Banner,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes unanimously, and it's with great pleasure for me now to ask Bill to come forward and take his oath of office. Bill, I ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
I, William Bill Myers,
Solemnly swear
solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Columbiana, Ohio,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Columbiana, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duty as Chief of Police,
and I will faithfully discharge my duty as Chief of Police,
to which I have been appointed.
to which I have been appointed.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Chief.
Thank you.
First for me to say that officially.
Thank
We
you.
welcome you on board. You can see the folks. And we look forward to, this is a very good event to use our modified system here to be able to do this in person. And I'm glad to be able to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, chief.
Text my pictures to you later. Sure.
Did you say something, Skip? I'm sorry.
I said, congratulations, chief.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm glad his wife came to be present tonight for this very great moment. Mhm. You're very welcome. Okay, I don't think we can beat that.
Nope.
It's all downhill from this point on. You've received the bill list of 2/16/2021. Any questions or comments? And we do not have any old business. I'm going to move to new business. I'm looking for a motion to approve the request from Fairfield Ruritan to hold the annual antique car show on Sunday, July 11th, 2021, from 12 noon to 4 p.m. on South Main.
So
Motion,
moved.
Dan
Second.
motions it here,
Second.
and there's a second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Deanne, please call the roll.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Banner,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes, and we'll have the Fairfield Ruritan Annual Antique Car Show set up for July. Looking forward to it. Next, I'm seeking a motion to set a public hearing for March 16th, 2021 at 7:15 p.m., amending section 1272.02B of the Planning and Zoning Code of the codified ordinances of Columbiana, Ohio. Do you have a motion?
So
So
moved.
move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Rick,
Any
can I make a
discussion on the motion?
comment? Can I make a
Mark?
quick comment? It's actually section 1270.02.
It's 1270.02.
02, yes.
Okay, we read that 1272, but that should be 1270.02.
1270 is R1.
Okay,
Mark, would you give us a brief overview, description of what is about to happen here with the ordinance?
Yes. What is happening is there's been discussions. Council, I think, originally discussed it. It went to planning commission, now back to council. Basically, the subject has been to amend the R1 ordinance to add to the conditional uses that could be permitted if they qualify, professional offices. The legislation before you defines specifically what the professional offices are. That does not mean that automatically in any R1 district, a professional office can be established tomorrow or next week or next year. It is a conditional use, so any applicant would have to meet the criteria for a conditional use permit, and technically that would be a conditional zoning certificate. So what you are doing is adding the possibility that if all of the requirements are met, and there are a number of them, that a professional office could be established in an R1 district. Worthy of note, at the present time, one of the conditional uses concerns healthcare facilities, i.e., that could be considered as a doctor's office. As a result, I think the discussion was, if we have medical offices, why not other professional offices? So that's, in a nutshell, that's what the legislation concerns.
thank you,
Thank you.
Mark, for that clarification. Very good. Any other questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, I'm going to ask Deanne to call the roll.
Banner,
Yes.
Becker,
No.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
DiTilio,
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries. The public hearing will be held on March 16th, 2021 at 7:15. At this point, it will be done on Zoom. So we'll communicate that as the time goes on. as to how that will go. One of the things about sitting here is I can't tell who from the public is here, but at this time, I wanted to know if there's anyone from the public that would like to make any comments to council. Anyone from the public? Okay, I'm not hearing any. So we'll move to council comments. Are there any comments by the council?
Yeah, we had a CRA meeting today, and after the meeting, I realized that we are one member short of that committee from council. We have not replaced Crystal when she left, so we need another member from council for the CRA committee. And that would be usually typically their afternoon meet, or they're during the day, so you have to be available during the day.
Correct. Yeah, we did not. We talked about it before, but we did not.
Is there any people that want to be considered for that position? Council member?
I think I'd like to, yeah.
Dan is indicating he would like to be a member. We're gonna have to vote on that. I can't.
Yeah.
I think we should vote on that. Is there a motion to appoint Dan DiTilio to the CRA?
I'll make
I'll
that
make that
motion.
motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, there's a motion, a second. Any comments? Questions? Deanne, please call the roll.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes,
DiTilio,
Abstain.
Banner,
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries. Thank you, Dan. And we look forward to you serving us there on that
Look
committee.
forward
It's a
to it.
great committee. A lot of good things are happening. So that's great. Any other council comments?
I'd just like to comment, this has been an exciting meeting. We've had a lot of really good stuff today. I mean, Chief, congratulations. Look forward to working with you. You know, the movie, Josh Manning, that's really an exciting thing for the city. So there's a lot of great stuff going on. And it just keeps getting better and better. I'm also going to add this little weird being back here in council chambers after almost a year.
Yeah.
But it is a good feeling. It feels a little bit normal. I know we won't be back in here full time for a while, but it is good sitting back in this chair for a little bit. So,
Any other council comments?
this is a very, very exciting time for the city. There are so many things happening right now that just, it's almost mind-boggling. I'm really happy and proud to be a part of it.
Great, good comment. Anyone else? I would like to thank the tech committee for getting us to this point. I know it's way beyond me, but to be able to function like this, but we do appreciate everybody on the tech committee that's working us through this, transitioning us back to council chambers. So I think that's great. If there's no other comments, I'd like to see if I have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
It's moved. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.